$500,000. In Toronto, that buys you a parking spot and a studio condo. In Saskatoon, it buys a 4-bedroom detached home with a yard. Here's what $500,000 gets you across the country. Vancouver. $500,000 in Vancouver buys you essentially nothing on the detached market. The benchmark is $1.84 million. A $500,000 budget limits you to older condos in less desirable neighbourhoods. Possibly a 450-square-foot studio in a building from the 1980s. No parking, no storage, no outdoor space. Toronto. Similar story. $500,000 gets you a small condo. Likely a 1-bedroom in the 500 to 600 square foot range, depending on the neighborhood and building age. In the downtown core, you're looking at micro units. In Scarborough or Etobicoke, you might find a slightly larger unit, but still a condo. Victoria. $500,000 stretches slightly further. You might find a 2-bedroom condo or a very small townhome in the outer suburbs like Langford or Colwood. Detached homes at this price point don't exist in the capital region anymore. Ottawa. This is where it starts to change. $500,000 in Ottawa's outer communities like Orleans or Barrhaven can still get you a townhome. 3 bedrooms, a small yard, attached garage. Not luxury, but legitimate family housing. The benchmark dropped about 2%, which has opened up options that were out of reach a year ago. Hamilton. Prices dropped over 8%. $500,000 now gets you a semi-detached or even a small detached home in central Hamilton. 3 bedrooms, a yard, walking distance to the James Street North Arts District. 2 years ago, this budget got you a condo. But wait until you see what $500,000 buys at number 1. It's a completely different reality. Winnipeg. $500,000 in Winnipeg buys a large detached home. 4 bedrooms, finished basement, double-car garage, a big yard, in a good neighborhood. You'd likely have money left over for renovations or upgrades. The national average is $664,000. In Winnipeg, $500,000 puts you well above the average home. Edmonton. Detached homes average $485,000. That means $500,000 gets you a solid detached home with room to spare. Townhomes average $294,000, meaning you could buy a townhome and invest the remaining $200,000. Or buy a detached home and have $15,000 for closing costs and moving. Moncton. Average home price $374,000. $500,000 buys you one of the nicest homes in the city. 4 or 5 bedrooms. Large lot. Potentially waterfront or acreage within 20 minutes of downtown. You're not just buying a home, you're buying the best home on the street. Regina. Average home price around $300,000. $500,000 buys you a premium property. Large detached home in the best neighborhood. Or a more modest home plus a rental property with the remaining $200,000 generating passive income from day 1. Saskatoon. Benchmark at $435,000 and climbing. $500,000 still gets you a well-located 3 to 4 bedroom detached home with a garage and yard. In the most desirable neighborhoods, you're competitive. In the outer suburbs, you're buying above market and getting premium finishes. Same budget. 10 completely different realities. In Vancouver, it buys a closet. In Moncton, it buys the best house on the block. The $500,000 question isn't whether you can afford a home in Canada. It's whether you're willing to buy it where the math actually works. What would $500,000 buy in your city? Drop it in the comments.